Hola, mis amigos. Estamos jugando el videojuego Disco Elysium. I can't. No, I'm not gonna do that. Kidding. Let's get into the game. Imagine if I did though. Imagine if I just started. Imagine if I just streamed in Spanish. I don't think I can actually. I didn't even say oi. Like I didn't even say today. I just went into it and said like I just went and said we are playing Disco Elysium. Anyway, let's get into it now. So we're starting day 3 today. Wait, what? Mozilla? Wait, no. Okay, that's chat. That's chat. Okay. That's why it confused me. And hopefully today we'll get some more. Today should be an exciting day. Actually, the third day really is quite quite markedly. It should have some interesting things, but I'm not too sure. What's this eye in the corner? Oh. I should not be allowed to click that and mash that. Oh well. Okay. We're going to meet with Kim first. Wait, where is he? No, he's probably outside already, right? Oh yeah, we've been enabled to enter this woman's apartment.
Yes?
Oh. I found out what the pail is while you were gone. Should we say...
Wonderful. What is your takeaway?
It seems unreal.
It all seems unreal, detective. In actuality, the pail is no more unreal than, say, water or death. Or that we are stuck behind our eyes, between our own ears, talking. Excuse me, large topics are not my forte. You seem stable enough. Keep it that way. Now, was there anything else, or should we get to it?
Yeah, no, it just sounds like some irradiated water or something so far. Or maybe it's just the area that the programmers didn't want to program. And this is just their way of saying that that's not an area you can go. But oh yeah, wait, I could have talked with that pail driver too. Oops. Maybe I'll do that on my own later. And by on my own, I mean without Kim. Oh hey, look. Can I flick it now?
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle.
Yep.
You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins,
Shouldn't someone else be doing this for us?
Clunk.
Are we gonna get in trouble?
Then the water lock starts moving.
Ooh. Now we can cross to the other side, I think.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now.
Don't we have to
I don't
go?
want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
I thought.
Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next.
I thought
he thinks.
I thought there was a quest
That's
over
the
here.
task chain.
Oh right, we also didn't do that. We didn't talk with the Hardy Boys. There's someone else who comes today, isn't there? As well? Did the Hardy Boys come back? They come back every day, right? Yeah, they do. Is he gonna beat me up for talking to her? Just asking her questions?
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
She said she wasn't that.
Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't have told him.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
He was very lucid.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
Oh, fist!
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy,
Do it.
Everett personally
I would have
sent
dodged
me to take
easily.
care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too.
Look, Copper,
I got a flashlight.
we know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
Oh?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
How am I gonna listen to this?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where
Okay.
can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Oh boy. I'm gonna have to fix it, aren't I? Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are
could-
fucking keeping a
You
score
could do
on
whatever
the
you want
bulletin
with this
boards.
tape. You already lied to me once.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
Well, let's on the tape then.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why once you listen to it. You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work
It's
then?
not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say.
This is very
It gets hot
annoying
as
that I
hell
can
in
flash the light on their faces.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh,
Okay.
and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder.
I'm
of
gonna
human
sell it.
ugliness someday.
Surely it's worth money. We can undo. We can like, I don't know, record over it, maybe. Oh, what? It's like this. Never mind. No, we can't. Okay. Forgot. We're in some weird time. Let's see if our tape thing works. That doesn't look no, that looks very broken actually. What am I saying?
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. There's no fixing this one.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore.
Not my. No, I'm just kidding.
My kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn
Wasn't
shop.
it like
He has stuff.
$12? $12 is like $30,000. This hotel is charging us like $50,000 every day, every night. Oh yeah, we need to find the bowl too, don't we? It's probably across the coast, right? And ever since I learned that you can right-click to see all the things you can click.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away.
Oh shoot.
Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
No, this is my thing. Alright, sorry about that.
I do appreciate it.
I'm still flashing in his face. He lied to me. We'll put the wire cutters in our hand. Oh, whoops! I was hovered over the wrong thing. Yeah, it's hard to see your cursor sometimes.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Yeah, we still have those boomboxes on the shelves.
Yep.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
I got a discount.
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man.
Oh.
It's 12 real.
A man like that in a neighborhood like this, in a rickety house falling into the sea, there's fear in him. Use it to your advantage. Careful. You can only do this once.
I don't even have enough money for any of these. How does 10 real sound?
Sounds like a rip-off, but okay. I can make it 10, but no lower.
Okay. Do I have anything to sell that I can... Oh, yeah, okay. I'll sell the gun.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
This one. I don't know if it's a good idea to be selling that, but it's worth a lot of money, which makes me think maybe it's okay to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber,
we got 1337 money.
Stares at you longingly with its tape reel.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction.
I literally could afford the 12, but I haggled down to 10. Maybe I should have hit 8 instead.
Into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
He probably would have rejected it though. Oh.
Yes.
Well, this boombox. It's like it's like a freaking weapon. So long. I guess if you stood it like sideways.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The
I'm playing this right in the middle of the streets at maximum volume.
The tape is rooted behind the magnetic reader. You push command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your portal reel. The tape stops spinning.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
Also sounded inebriated.
Still.
There's more going on here than we know.
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. End of recording. A village
I
on
shouldn't
the
ask
Samaran
this one.
Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
Okay.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
Yep. Can I change the channel? No? Guess I can't. Oh yeah, I forgot. We also changed to the sad face. We let the grim reality just take us. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way if I want to talk with Classy. What should I do? I guess I should interact with Classy. It's apparently available at any time, right? I'm just gonna invade her room. I guess she's always perpetually here.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
The recording, yep.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal
Is
table.
she gonna dislike this strongly?
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Yes.
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces
okay.
in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Oh my god, there's the reptilian
Did he say
brain
whores
stuff.
a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yeah, that was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Persona?
Running joke.
Oh.
I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
What? He wore the power armor in bed and in the shower? You spent time with this person romantically?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, Your first love, Mr. Quohoy here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
We're very trusting of Classy, I feel like. Alright. Oh, wait, oh.
Hello.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink.
Where's Lelystad? Let's just go through these one by one.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol, speed, probably also sildenafil.
How old was he?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
A miss. The adversary
A miss the adversary won. We're just making guesses.
Blue. Light blue. They were like...
Oh my god, are
little
we getting
blue
compared
galaxies,
with
you
the
know?
answers I made a long time
It
ago?
was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
It's clear she was very much attracted to him, and still is.
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And I mean that. And now, he's dead. A pity.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine. Made
Interesting.
oily.
I too have stroked
Not
his
nice
hair.
to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now.
She understands what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance.
How about this one?
Oh, that.
It was an Orionese map of the waterways?
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
Oh.
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead.
Yeah.
I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands.
All the islands.
After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
We're not gonna say that one.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Alright, let's go back to Hardy now.
This
I don't know
window.
if we're even getting anywhere. Oops, I misclicked. Can't click there for the stairs. I wonder if she noticed that her prep tide is gone. It's mine now. Wait, do these guys speak?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
Uh-oh.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry. Yes, I am.
I have a cop too.
Here's the real deal.
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
I'm a deep individual, but I bring joy to the
Do
world.
you now?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
Why are we talking to her?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
I don't know what to say.
We look stupid.
Don't say anything, Judith.
What are you, the police, doing here?
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
A policewoman.
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job. That's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
Okay, goodbye. What about this guy? Oh, wait.
Hi, gendarme.
Hey, look, it's
Another
this guy
rendezvous.
again. Hi.
Hi. So what brings you here?
Oh, hey, look, wait. Will I pass it this time? Oh, you know what? I met your Sunday friend, actually.
You did? And how did you like him?
You're right, he was magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's
He
the
was
charm of
actually
powerful
not
people.
useful at all, wasn't he? Wasn't he worthless?
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
Yeah.
A visitor from the first world.
Oh,
He's not like you
okay.
and me, gendarme. He can always return to his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still.
Game lied to me, by
His
the way. I
coming
thought I
and
was
going
never
brings some
interacting
life
with
to
this
the
character
village.
again.
Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you.
Oh, okay.
Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. What about me, gendarme? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those
It's
mercenaries.
been so long since I actually interacted with this character.
He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
This is where I go down in history. I'm gonna sing karaoke.
Really? Well, I look forward to that.
What? Can we pass this for once?
Could he
Oh my
be
god, I actually
a
did it.
member of the homosexual underground? Yes, this
Oh,
man is
okay.
definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes. This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around. Become involved.
I'm not gonna bring it up.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
I'm not gonna bring it up. That's kind of mean.
The clowns are still hanging around. What
Does
is
he
it
have
now?
any other lines?
And
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow.
He stands by what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
He pretty much laughed it off, Titus.
Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
If anything, she seemed only turned on by this whole door gunning thing.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny. No good goddamn psycho whore. Right. Oh, fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. Fucking.
Please try to
boy.
control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Maybe she's new. You thought she was.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. I don't know what the fuck that means. Oranese lit. What is that shit? Literature?
I've noticed the same. Yes, he meant Oranese literature. Women are always reading, right?
The lieutenant adjusts his electronic wristwatch. Psychological and physical training from an unknown government body. I noticed it. You noticed it. They haven't.
I already told
I'm gonna click this one.
we fucking hang.
I don't want to say the other two.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash.
It's
he
the
can't
next
keep track
day.
of all the variables anymore.
Ow.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember. I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
Are you about to fight?
Lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
On On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less
Oh my
cooperative
God.
they will be.
There's no way I'm gonna pass that. We're not. We can't. We don't have a high. We don't have high enough. We can't even make the door open.
Clausia is playing
Nope, it's
them
a
like a
9.
fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
What the hell are you talking about? Look around, cop. These men are dock workers.
We're never
They
gonna
don't
pass
want to
this. I
hear
don't think.
about your psycho circus.
I don't know, boss. I'm always up for another suicide attempt.
Yeah, me too. I'm always up to see a cop cry.
You won't hear it. That's enough for the circus now, officer. Let's do procedural questions.
Oh,
or
even just leave.
Why not take a little breather?
These working class oafs
It's
don't
okay.
know
I've
how
got
to
6
talk about
morale. I don't care. I
feelings.
can spend my
You
morale
shouldn't
wherever I
have
feel
opened
like
up to
it.
them, or anyone.
How are they even partially rational if they're gonna drink like so much alcohol? I have no idea how we're gonna get the whole story out of them when it's a rhetoric check. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick and I'll be right back. Reality pauses if I pause, right? Yep, these all seem like circus. Those just all seemed like answers that didn't do much. Oh, I guess I need to level rhetoric somehow or something else. Let's go across the water lock finally. I have to go this way. I can't go around the pawn shop. Kim is getting ahead of me. What the frick? Radio hums with electricity. Ooh, money. A very small amount of money. There might be a lot of money on this side, honestly. Huh. Are we gonna magically pass more visual calculus? It was really like a miracle that we passed some of that visual calculus, by the way. I don't know if I don't remember if I re-rolled any of it either. Graffiti isn't even graffiti in this game, it's graffito. Man, there's just money everywhere. How did I reach there from there? Oh. Yeah, I'm at 6.5 now. I can almost pay rent. Oh. There he is. Much less, a lot less developed. Oh.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Elysium Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible.
It appears to be so.
Yeah.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the
well,
sea.
I mean, I don't know, did the person survive this?
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it. Rust, moss, and sea life have already claimed it for themselves and initiated a slow decomposition process. The logo is too deep in the murky water.
I don't really know why we care about what the car is like.
See a monkfish float by.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday. Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside. I don't know. An hour or two tops?
Oh. Is it actually gonna pass the time?
As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes
Oh my god,
very
15
silent.
minutes passed.
The hinges creak under your weight. Dangerously so.
Uh-oh.
Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above
What?
in
What?
the sky,
How is it? What?
echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Yes, it does.
It's your favorite blue thing.
Let me think about
it. Okay.
Spit
we don't know how to whistle.
Moustache, your chest.
Are we gonna lose morale for this?
No sound though. The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
Haha, very funny. So I can't whistle.
Just keep at it. It will come to you.
With his lips puckered.
Oh, okay.
the
I gotta
lieutenant
heal
lets
morale.
out a beautiful melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame. You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything.
Oh, we failed and got
The
a
clouds
morale
pass
back.
in the sky, and the shadow of the
Holy
swing
crap, it's
moves
now
like
9:49.
the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
My dad and mom are both half sterile.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow
we're
of
just
the
passing
swing
the
set
time
keeps
here.
climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Understand? You're saying you're siding with the Union.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Oh wow, it really did drain a lot. Hey, is that something I can pick up right there?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men,
Not a car
government
person, I
offices,
guess.
Firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people. Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Oh. Wait. Oh God, no. This is my car, isn't it?
A precinct. Yes. A police precinct. Precinct 41. Your precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Your hands get clammy, and the air tastes sour.
Well, anyone could have taken my car.
Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry. What did you do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Just say no to this, Harry. No, it's better to say, oh my God, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea. No, no.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this. I'm afraid so, yes.
Yep.
It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The mash the gun and now this.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
Of whom? I don't think so.
Yeah.
If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably. Try definitely.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
It's just gonna be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is
I can fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well.
I'm gonna use the ship
You'd
of
be lucky
Theseus
to
and
find
just
one
change every
undamaged
single
component
part.
in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000.
40,000
But in
for
the
a
long run,
car?
it still makes more sense to buy
Like
a new
this?
machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema. People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
Really?
People, yes, but not you.
My brain doesn't even think I'm a person. He took back my morale.
Let's go take a look.
The traffic hooligan was me all along. Oh, hey look! My badge. And a gas tank. It's perfectly intact. Oh no, it's not. It's not intact. I was wrong. Yay!
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man.
Finally.
Some seaweed is stuck to the
No
back.
wonder I couldn't find it.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased
we're gonna
between
study it
2
now.
durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps
the
winking
photo.
at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. 8, maybe 10 years. The
10?
guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it did on you. It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. Your eyes seem more clear somehow. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Oh, good. We get to
catching light.
we get to
You
see our name.
lines of information on it and a shining watermark.
We literally didn't even know our name, but now we know.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
It doesn't say Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Not strange at all. Your name is Harry Dubois, like it says on your police badge.
And the name is Harry.
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary.
Oh, okay.
The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer.
Yeah, we
or
definitely had
Ironhide.
amnesia if we couldn't even remember our name.
It's meant to keep you safe from bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of you.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harry Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Oh.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually
a cog
teenager.
in the machine.
Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings. Kings like satellite officers and the additional freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an
good.
unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you.
This is stupid. I would not trust me anymore.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. 4 months ago.
Good.
I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank.
Are we gonna become
You seem to
triple
have
Freighter?
been doing well then.
The pain in your chest tells you were working yourself to death to earn that rank. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going.
Yes, it's the designation of
Yep.
your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva. He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Now that it's
on it
11:15, we can put away
a
the
shining
badge.
watermark.
Oh, I never even interacted with this.
6 crumbling petals rest on your
Why
palm.
did I
They're
pick these
white,
up?
a bell-shaped crown.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. Maybe not.
Oh my god,
We'll see.
experienced. You're saying, is it a coincidence? Oh, is it supposed to be symbolic? I think it is.
Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths. then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the civil war.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your
Lassie's
hand.
life in danger.
Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides
Blow
for
on your
warmth,
fingers.
but there is none. The feeling
Oh, whoops.
recedes.
Dang it.
Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball game on the plaza? You should ask him about
I meant to
the
click
flowers.
blow my fingers, but I accidentally clicked the other thing. Oops. Oh. Yeah, I'll wear this one. Beautiful. Recently tired. Quick travel unlocked. Fisherman's shack. Really? Wait, could I fast travel this whole time? Oh shoot, whoops. Don't fast travel. It's okay, I can go back. How much time does this take? No time at all. It's literally no time cost at all. What are these doing in the fish? Oh. Okay. Hey look, another box. I'm just finding the money. Oh. Oh. Easy catch. Let me see. Oh, the inventory expands. Nice. I don't have to worry about not having enough inventory space. I'll wear the fishing boots. Oh no, sorry, these aren't even fishing boots. These are straight up cavalry boots. Good old calf-length cavalry boots. Mount that horse and ride it into the night. The heel comes in handy too. It definitely makes you some good 5 centimeters taller. But could it be that it's also making you sharper, more perceptive to your surroundings, now that you've gained a new perspective? No? What?
Hi, officer.
Oh.
Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Do I have the name of the people I have to get signatures from? Oh.
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Oh. Does it come with nice sword?
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story.
Oh.
It's to intimidate folks mostly.
It is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, it caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. No, I'm afraid not.
Oh.
Attempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check. You would put me in an early grave.
No.
Is she flirting with you? A little? You think she might be?
What makes
This
you
is
think
weird
we
to say.
haven't? The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder.
Behold. You like it?
Sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin.
We're not even using it. We're just frowning.
The traces of her laughter are still there, in her eyes, fading fast.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Gone.
Oh.
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some
Don't know a good spot. Explore the... Wait, are we gonna date someone in this game?
Sure is. The sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Oh, now we can... Let's ask her this, actually. I know what
Let's
this
see.
is asking.
Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. 2 old guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
The like?
Right. Not only snowmen, also green men, monkey men burning rhinos. You get the picture. Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen?
That's all.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Where
are you? This says by signing, I think. What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that...
what exactly?
That Evrart and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too. Aye. Why not? Fine. Here you go.
Wait, why did you sign it?
I shouldn't have.
No. I mean, it's Everett, so it's
Probably, but it is a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored.
Oh.
Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. It's a bad idea. She won't sign.
Oh, it's a good thing I
tougher
talked to her
nut crack
first.
than me.
Zing you then. Oh, hey, look, another place to find trash. Here we go. Oh, never mind, it's money. Oh, blue item. Let me get this first. That means I... Oh, I thought that was something I bribed. Oh, did it mean healing item then? I have 7 of those now. That's so weird that I'm able to get this from this side. Kinda weird. Yeah, being able to right-click and see all the things I can open. Pants. +1 to Kingdom of Consciousness. Conscience. Huh? Moralist pants? Oh, I see. Okay. I got one of them. Hey, look, 3 men. And a bunch of trash around them. Let's talk to this old lady first.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Oh, welcome, police officer.
The other ones are
any
stupid.
trouble around here.
The other ones are mean.
And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
We're cops, we're Hellraisers. Click, click, bang, bang. No.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12
I'll be a
years
good
ago.
cop for today.
You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did.
I feel like I've mostly
But
been a
still,
good
in
cop today.
Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Sorry, I missed it. I've been here before?
Not you
Oh.
personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place. Somewhere more quiet. Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why hasn't anyone told me that?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others.
Treasure?
Look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Why could someone stay around here?
Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack.
How much is it?
I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of
Oh.
goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's this guy, guard, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold.
That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. We might not look like much, but they are ours. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now.
I'm not
I
paying
live in the
20.
small side
You've got
attachment.
yourself a new tenant.
It's easier and cheaper to keep warm. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Don't worry, we'd never. I'm on a strict no drugs
Well,
run.
if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Yep. Checked. What's further down the
Not
coast?
much. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then.
300 years ago.
So, they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes?
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church. Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses.
Ruins.
Empty. I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. Was born in Samara. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a
I'm in Links to
development
Explore.
opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking.
Oh.
And my married name is Sadie. Now it's your turn, Mr.
This one.
Quite a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them double. Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Brett wants to turn part of the village into a little youth center.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers. I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never plan to keep. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So, no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
She is headstrong, but there's a slight hesitation in there. You may be able to convince her.
Harrier's a good name, trust the tenant.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
The pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinderblock houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see. The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
I feel like just an interview right now.
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight. But there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least.
I haven't seen the drunks yet, though.
If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have
I think
a
I got a
spark
peek,
of life
though.
left. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about.
Oh.
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard.
The game told me where to find them.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Is this my house?
The door has seen better days.
Oh my god.
The layer of paint has started to peel off due to the salt and wind from the sea. Even the lock looks slightly rusted.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check out your new living arrangement. But just so you know, after we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the Whirling in Rags for the night.
Okay.
We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
The key turns with a satisfying click.
Nice.
You can enter the shack now.
Oh yeah. Shack. Superior shack.
A brisk
no
coastal
money.
wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
My forward base for the coastal part of the operation. It's free, that's good enough, I could live here. Looks like my new home. Wonder where the old one went.
Westward, across the canal, towers the Whirling in Rags. Door number 1 on the 2nd floor is locked.
Actually, I think I got an
lies
upgrade.
A trashed room.
Actually.
1 floor below, behind a counter, stands an irritable man. In a small shack in the fishing village, a Baroque heater hums quietly, emanating a sense of comforting warmth. A wash basin lies on the table, the water inside reflecting the somber face of the world. Far away, on the corner of Perdition and the Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant.
Thank you, strange sensation, for a fair assessment of the current situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is, without the expression.
How about this? Korojev jacket. No, don't do that. Maybe that I don't know if that puts me to sleep or not. Oh wait, what's this?
On
Then
the
mortar
table,
and pestle?
you see a bowl of water. a
Time
red
to
soap,
shave. Get
and
these
next
mutton
to it,
shaves off.
a small hand mirror.
Is shaving the
Straight
right
razors.
call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose bulbous and red. Hair unkempt. Wrinkles lining the eyes and forehead. The stash is gigantic.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll
be
do
looking
it.
like a pansy without the chops. A fucking pansy. A fresh start looms ahead. Clean yourself up and be born anew.
Yeah, sure.
Like an artist with a brush.
I
and a
rolled the
master
12.
surgeon,
Are you serious?
You use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound.
Feel your
The
clean
surface
shaven
underneath
cheek.
the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
No, that was right. I don't need to question it. That was totally right. I am now a different man. We are now a sad, beardless man with no mutton chops. Alright, let's talk to these children.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks
okay.
a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Yeah.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. The stone kicking isn't even of very high caliber. Anyone can do that.
You guys look identical.
The stone kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
Yeah, yes I am.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
Yep, bye kids. That do anything for you? Did that do anything for you?
Our tenant, the policeman.
Nope. Alright, are these the drunks? They dropped some money over here.
Hey, tequila!
Idiot Doom Spiral. Huh?
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Tequila.
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding? That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago. Those days are over now. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral land. Haven't found those
Idiot
keys yet,
Doom
haven't won that
Spiral.
great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies. It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
Oh.
We've met before. Don't you remember?
Nope.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Sure.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Does that sound like something you'd do?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. The lieutenant's
This is the
brow
second
is
one.
furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing
Union of
remarkable about
Moribund
this. We get our
Alcoholics.
drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach.
It's confirmed now.
You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things." After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered
Miraculously
in seaweed
unhurt.
and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
What else was there to do? Thank you, brothers, for your helping hand.
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother. Ours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just over 200. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie.
No biggie,
and
and
that
you'd
you'd
solve it in no time.
And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Yep.
Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one. You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you.
Oh.
I didn't agree with you, by the way.
What?
The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve. You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Oh.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you.
Don't call advocate.
If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Never mind.
Is what you almost say. But
What?
the words choke in your throat. Do you really want to miss out on all this good stuff? Perhaps it's significant.
Never mind.
Exactly. So you know what to say.
It depends, really. Are you
Oh,
willing
was
to
this
help me
trying to tell
out?
me that there's a quote? There's
The
a
gleam
quest
in
here?
his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar.
You want booze, don't you?
I don't want it, man. I need it. Can't tell stories without it. Dry stories are boring, see? So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
Here you go.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral
He's
Boy,
gonna drink
you
the
gonna
entire
share
bottle.
Don't call Abigail.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder / junior partner at a high-concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I call a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high-concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane. 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
I could use a good run
It
myself.
helped, truly. With my trusty Sansariq Lycra tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the
Sansariq
world.
Lycra TM tracksuit.
But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly. Wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key. I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
He pinches his thigh as if to check whether this reality is the reality.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Why don't you just like call a locksmith or something?
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
I literally
Me neither,
can't believe
Tequila.
it.
When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. I wasn't a high-concept creative director anymore. I was just some homeless asshole with a premium Sansariq Lycra tracksuit. You can't imagine what that
Wait,
does to a man's confidence. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle
I'm
gets
just gonna,
you.
gonna leave.
Almost empty, this one.
I'm just gonna
You
leave.
too, Tequila Sunset.
Really is an idiot doom spiral. Okay. Let's head north. Wait, who's what's this? This is a very slowly walk over here. Ooh. Look, a primer for small kids. Hey, look.
You hold in your hand the colorful
Exactly what I need.
The title reads, a primer for small kids. There's a bear involved. This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life. The alphabet.
Wow. Never mind. I thought it was something else.
One word designating one letter of the alphabet with a faded illustration. Most of them are scientific and cultural principles. It goes as follows.
Alright, let's see if we can pass Are You Smarter Than what was it? First grader? I think?
A is for azimuth. B is for Boreas.
What?
C is for cosine. D is for diamite. E is for ellipse. F is for phlogiston. G is for gamete. H is for homeboy.
H is for homeboy.
I is for
One of those things is not like
J
the other.
is for Ura. K is for collapse. L is for laudanum.
Laudanum?
M is for myriad. N is for nadir. O is for aureole. P is for perihelion.
Wait.
Q is for quasar. R is for rhododendron. S is for sinus. T is for tricolor. U
Are
is
these
for
all
ultra.
drugs?
V is for vector.
The frick?
W is for varheit. X is for xylophone.
Okay, that Y one.
Is for ustava. Z is for zenith.
That is not Y, it's for Ustava.
That's it.
That's a bad
You
example.
know the alphabet now.
Good. I also know the alphabet.
I know the
It is a
alphabet
very
in drugs,
useful
I'm
skill
pretty
to
sure.
have, he thinks, for all sorts of life activities like reading and...
What happens if we talk to the kids now with book in hand?
The scruffy-haired little boy.
Nope. I'm not gonna say that thing. Oh, I forgot to check if I can go in here. It is green, so... Ah, but that could just mean I can only interact with it. Oh no, it lets me in here. Alright. What the? Aroused. Feels safe and warm in here. Not like outside. Oh shoot, did I just take this kid's item?
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there's a girl in here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Oh!
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
What?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
Wait,
We're
what?
going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Oh.
You're talking pretty straight to this child. Him.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can
Oh
break
no,
the
the
castle.
poor sandcastle.
It's not very good. Yes, I am. Little Lily. Do you know my mom?
Yeah, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything. Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same.
Yep.
Sometimes I can't tell them apart. They look identical.
What's this?
It's a grouse.
Wasn't Gar, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
Well, can I have it?
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway.
That's a good point.
It looks angry.
What's the thing you're holding?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
We're not gonna be mean.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
No, I'm not. I shaved.
Bye!
Nothing else to take in here. The sand castle.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb.
Oh my goodness! This is a victim of war.
The little castle. The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Can I equip them? Oh my god. Two interfacing.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch.
Oh my.
The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I will be responsible with this.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do.
This really is just power armor.
You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
This is the long sought after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it, I must study
Remember, the vitreous enamel material acts as a kinetic.
it. It literally has a name like power armor too. Fairweather T500.
Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Thanks, Half-Light in my brain. I'm gonna unlock 2 more of these. Oh, but I'm almost maxed out now. Let's do this one. And... I don't know. Man, there's so many. I feel like I need to save them. I'll do the power armor though. Range power armor. My sea letters leading Mazoot. Oh. $1.15. I didn't even have to sell that rifle.
Metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Probably shouldn't. Oh. Dude, I missed it. Normal things. Makeshift roof. Makeshift roof. Oh, okay. Oh, glasses. They probably make me worse at seeing. But apparently they make me feel smart. Oh. Postcard Coron 33. I'm just gonna get rid of that. So it stops telling me that. This one has hell written on the back, on its back. Could not be further from the truth. It's the boom years in on Coron. The nicest district in Rivershaw West is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise from the riverside, steel, iron, and yellow limestone. Proud shadows gliding on the facades. Oh frick, whoops, I did not mean to click that. I wanted to click over here. I guess it's okay that I click that though. As long as I have the one slot, just in case I can gain morale by some means, right?
The smell. Oh. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness.
Oh.
Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
I sold my handkerchief.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package,
I'm
and a
taking the
crumpled
tear
kebab
easily.
wrapper in 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
I guess.
A tragedy.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway
This
you.
makes partying
You're
look bad, huh?
responsible. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
We'll click him last. I'll click everything else first. Okay, that's everything else.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Oh no.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm
You
now.
missed him 2 days ago.
Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Oh frick, wait a minute.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, it's just this one.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
Rybowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
Yeah.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
I guess we should take the case.
Alright. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
What do you think
Death
happened
by
here?
misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. Oh yes.
Yep.
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox. They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
This is probably the dumbest thing to say, but...
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
Without any further evidence, yes. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
Let's take a look. That's a passport.
The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean.
Oh,
expires July 53.
Hold on. Okay, good. It's not this guy.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005.
Oh, looks like we got someone to call.
55211, or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 900 to 1800.
Oh man. This guy. After learning about how having fun isn't hard, as long as you have the library card, he had a little too much fun.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Okay, what if we click on him now?
A man
looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
We do know that he was married. But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the
Wait, I'm supposed to be clicking the Rockstar stuff. Oops. That would have been some crazed Rockstar thing to say. Careful, these floorboards look rotten and weak. What if you can get stuck and like lose health? That'd be a weird one.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a
it's
closer
streaked
look.
with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed.
Yep.
A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
Why not?
It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is.
Okay. Oh, is this the church? Who's this?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side.
Oh no, this is
This
the weird building, wasn't it? I see this part.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kisuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
What? They
Not a
know
lot of
him by
people
name?
realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer.
Oh.
They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky,
Orbis.
but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately. But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it.
What?
But why?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
What?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
Couldn't even figure out what R&D stands
You're probably
for.
more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop.
Look at all the graffito.
Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrite.
Oh, never mind. No, this is something different from the video game company.
Solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Pleasure wheel, probably fair.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here.
Yep.
Now, if you were to ask about tape computers, they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century
radio
hardware.
computer.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? This is all ninsy-pinsy garbage for sissy people.
What?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Come on, the place called the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. What?
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
I've seen cooler things than that.
I certainly haven't. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The failed playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. all 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
What does this do? Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins Guy and Keith Juiced are stars of the show, with their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. The Wompty Dom, the domiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSPV'd. RSPV'd. I'm not internalizing that. I don't even know what that means.
But of course. What else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Ooh, money. What if I click on this? Is there anything to say?
A once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Yep. I guess a whisper was too far. Ooh. Oh my goodness. $5 whole. Sitting there.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see what's
Dripping
inside.
water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Can you make out what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Oh.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
His hands lead the way when it comes to that. And his shoulders. It's reflex.
I guess there's absolutely no way of getting in there. Oh, at least we know what that building's about now.
Winter, slow to let go of Rivershaw.
Oh, man.
Flecks some more wet snow from above. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring. The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. You look around. The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the Revolution. A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far. The
Honestly,
Bay of
Shivers
Redshaw,
feels like a better
vastness,
perception skill than
great
Perception
depth,
does.
Over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines.
I guess Shivers is more for the environment.
And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revershaw, the shadow of the Coalition warship
check for
Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up
So
against
much
the
text
market.
here.
You shudder. More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings.
Oh, we should be
Crumbling
hard looking for
piers,
that bull.
Salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. The waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin. A boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet. Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume, where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning. Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safre and Seol during the time of
So
the
much
suzerain,
text for
in
this
the
history.
burial chambers of the kings, Grand old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground,
How does my brain
in a
know all
winding
this stuff?
shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. Did someone say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything immediately and go looking for this hoard. Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer
This
find
is
what
like
they're looking
playing
for.
a
A
video
small
game
child steps
based
out of the
around
black
Inside
tunnel
Out,
with silver trinkets in
except
her pockets.
instead of emotions, there's only a couple of them, but
All
one of them
around
is
her,
just
white snow
a drug
on the
addict.
extinguished coke furnaces. The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox. Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Pooepw 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells. A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
I'm just gonna.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
I've literally been thinking for I think a half an hour. Almost. Kim was shaking for a second. Oh. Hey, look. This is the church, isn't it?
Doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
High above, the wind wraps the church
I've
in
got
its rush,
my pliers
cold
out,
and
right?
wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
There is a hole in my heart.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. Feels exceptional. 300 tons of pine would fit together seamlessly. It's old too, cut and carved many centuries ago. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow. You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency. For Revachol aussi, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams. I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Oh, hey, look.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day.
All your paperwork.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way. Yes, the pulsing base. An indication of junior delinquency.
And this area is big. Absolutely huge. Wait, what is this? Oh. Magnesium. There we go. Oh, the bird.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Oh.
You see,
let's talk to Bart Simpson.
Bleaching the tips of his hair.
Let's talk to the Simpson character.
He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet
you. Why does he keep offering me this?
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
Noid?
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead.
Egghead.
Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation. We like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many venues?
We have many in the pipeline, officer. You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Oh.
Also for talent. Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads? Burnouts? Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revershol.
Strike that! The word! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are.
They're spooky. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be
I
a
guess
police
so.
matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. All right, man.
Help ravers start a nightclub. This is a great quest.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation. I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
You have the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you.
You sense
oh
the
good, I didn't
trajectory
fail.
of a little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left. Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is good enough. No one lives forever. What?
Exactly. That's exactly what we thought.
The cage of the rage! Rough blaze!
Egg means the situation is monitored. It's relatively safe. No one has died yet.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. Well, there's also the machinery. When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it. You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you. As if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on and jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff. We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more. Sure. What? As always,
That's it
we'll
for
be
now.
right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
That's not what he said.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Oh.
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Yeah.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
Was that right? Is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Okay, what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not
Would I have gotten a way
maybe
to
he's just
listen to
really
the tape here?
ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Or drunk, or in a clinical coma, or glad to be dead. But those versions suck. I
think
guess
we've
one
exhausted
could
this.
write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though. Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases.
Alright, I'll come back later.
Pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
What about
man
Egghead?
With peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player.
Egghead looks
nodding
nothing
along
like his little
to the
portrait.
music. He looks at you with a knowing smile.
Hardcore!
Is it?
Hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibbity, skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
Could there have been a right
Oh my
way
God,
out
incredible.
of this garden of forking paths, you think? The young man with the...
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hiding behind the Whirling and Mag's hostel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
What is this Yakokata?
Yakokata is a hardcore place.
I'm gonna
Back to
solve
the
this.
heavyweight. Hardcore.
What if I just keep saying nothing?
Hardcore. Internally coherent.
All car. All right.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah! Is it though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really. I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah!
Alright, I feel like I'm getting nowhere with the hardcore, man. Too hardcore for me. Oh, what's this? The shortcut?
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Yep.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Do each of these little panels have something in them? Oh, wow. There's just alcohol sitting there? Oh, there we go. Alright, I didn't get to talk to this guy though. Hold on, let me click all these.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, Hossy. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold.
What?
You bet this one likes to party.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
Yep.
Will you help us? Great.
I guess.
Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here. I'm listening. This is a portable recording device.
Oh.
It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble. Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
Ooh.
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there.
Are we ever
like
going
real
to this
musicians.
Jamrock? I feel like
I once
we
saw
aren't
Arno
really.
van Eyck.
What? Sounds like... okay.
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Means I'm hip beyond my years.
That's cool.
You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something
Yep.
else? About the contact
Clearly
mic,
this is
perhaps?
no longer disco.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna
Okay,
go in the church
bye.
now. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized something.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you.
Alright, hold on. Actually, first, I'm gonna save, and then
Heavy
let's head
wooden
inside.
doors,
What the?
more than twice your height, stand shut. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Oh my. Should walk here, not run. Immediately run. Immediately run around. Literally immediately start running. Too late. I've already started running. Okay, you know what? I'll walk. Oh, there's something over there. Two things, actually. Dues and money. Another radio computer thing as well. And also more pillars, apparently. Oh wait, that's clothing, never mind. Mask banger silk scarf. I thought there was something else over here. Just kidding, I'm gonna run apparently. There's just a massive hole on this side. Oh my. Could I have played my tape from here? Should have came here first, huh?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer.
Yep.
And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Let me investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard.
Uh-oh.
A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross
Log
of
February,
filaments,
March.
smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, Log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
100 years old.
Good afternoon. First case accident on
This
San
again,
Cruz.
huh?
This is the East Insulin.
There's only one worker at this radio computer
Please
thing.
repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with? Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye, Fortress Accident.
The machine's keyboard is still
Guess we gotta look for it.
revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Let's press print.
Nothing happens.
Nothing. Alright, I guess we go through this giant
In
hole.
white,
Or
silver,
not.
and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress.
Leave me alone.
You should kneel. Cold wind seeps in from the crack in the glass. Snowdrifts cover the floorboards at your feet. Above, you feel her multicolored eyes on you, inspecting you.
No.
As that bitter thought passes through your head, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder with 3 fingers.
I'm not doing that cross either.
Good call. She left us all in the shits. Don't give her a single
Oh, there we go.
Just
There's
stand
the
there
dialogue I'm
in
looking
the
for.
apricot-colored light of the window, secretly grinding your teeth. The woman smiles her distant smile, unmoved, struck in half by the crack in the glass. Serves her right. She only cares about her sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. To leave.
Who is this?
It's Dolores Day. The old woman was right. This is the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez.
Yeah.
Or the small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Oh, wow.
There used to be 7 staved churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Please hit it.
The shards
Dang
glimmer
it.
in the dark. You see little pearls
Alright,
of light
please hit
on
it.
the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know. It's a mystery.
Didn't hit.
A
Wow,
mystery
snake eyes.
sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is,
Oh my god.
this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
Wait. Wait, that thing? Does that help me redo it?
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter
I literally
shuffling
clicked
of
so
living
much and
things
so
is gone.
fast that we're not even there anymore.
Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
Thump.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything? The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
How can that be the case? It's literally a hole in the wall.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
In the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. It's climbing. Climbing down, holding on the beams. It's not a shadow anymore. Becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no. You've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Prepare for an attack.
Blink. Oh.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
Be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place. Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh yeah, sure.
Police stuff.
You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
I know what I need to do.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc Albino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
It doesn't matter who I am.
What is happening?
I'm just bringing you the message of the mother's love. She don't want you to hang yourself on your own stubbornness. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You just climb down from the church tower?
Sure did, Holmes. I am, at least in part, Holmes. Until the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
What does he mean, in part?
Aboyadero? No, Holmes. I don't go in for that kind of thing. It's all about surrendering to the mother now. Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Rabashaw. You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore. Don't really matter, though. Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First-timers are always nervous. Oh, man, I would love to see that statue. I'm sure I'd be trespassing if the church was in use. But it's not, hombre. I done my share of illegal shit. Used to be in a gang, the whole deal. but even memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name. But those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows. Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
What about the other
Other
person?
spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
So there is someone?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear. That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something. Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Are these yours?
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
They look pretty dapper, actually.
No. There's a new girl in town. And she can be painted or sculpted because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began. It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service. I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night? She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
I was being insensitive. Sorry, let's move on.
No worries, man. I know this shit takes time. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Seraph. You'd sing for me, the superstar cop.
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
He lost his cool there for a moment. Seems you hit some nerve.
Maybe I did. It don't matter no more. But I was talking about the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound. Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You know, I was
Police
abandoned.
raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Oh.
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them, think they scared of me.
So what do you think about that? Having a nightclub?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there.
Oh, good.
Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
That's good.
I think we're done here, Essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
My investigation is getting the nightclub in.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The speaker comes to...
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
I didn't click
Please
this one, by
repeat.
the way.
Is this the personal log? Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
This thing is... This technology is
The first
really
entry
old
made
and
on
weird.
the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside.
Crowbar?
Looks like the
I
place
need one
has
of
been
those.
deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids.
Oh.
Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help.
Simo?
Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Aren't these the people from the game company?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers. Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading.
Oh.
I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to linktr for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
Yeah.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That was me!
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste.
This is a grocery
also,
list.
some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Uh-oh.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Luna the programmer. Uh-oh.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
There are no coalition military data links. And even if there was, you couldn't access them over a civilian network.
You're right, I'm just a drunk cop.
No one asked you to do anything interesting with my radio computer. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized.
Oh wait, maybe I
Rather
can help
sad.
her because I got into that
Something
one place.
passes over her face before she straightens her back.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
That still doesn't answer what she's doing in an abandoned church.
Have you seen the man living up in the rafters?
No. Yes.
Sounds like you're not worried about him at all.
No. You're right. I'm not. I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Nothing. Or I know a
All
little.
right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable.
Yeah, that does sound like a good antenna.
But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing. They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Okay.
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something. Great. You really like those questions, don't you?
They're bloodshot. She really
Why did
hasn't
she
been
choose to
getting
come
sleep
here
lately,
to an
has she?
abandoned church?
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
That's a little above your pay grade.
Oh, we're
at the
too
moment.
stupid.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Oh.
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't. Great. Thanks. What? I hate it.
Savior just doesn't connect here, having your heart. Not like disco does anyway.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
Probably won't. Well, if they put the thing in a particular location, then no noise will come.
Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily.
Oh.
Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
They're literally just lying.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
I think I'm gonna hold off here, actually. I've been streaming for a while now. And day 3 is practically almost over. I'd like to do 2 streams of day 3. I just saved twice. So I will continue this next time. I got my picture of the beardless man. Beardless, sad-looking man. Perfect. And I will come back sometime probably next week. But for now, it's once again the end of a stream. Oh, I want to say though, starting in September, I'm actually going to be doing something a little different with the model. I'm going to start with a blank canvas like this one. And I'm going to add one thing to my VTuber model every single day. So that'll be something interesting. But that'll start in September. I decided to do that because I thought it was all bland. Yeah. See you tomorrow. I'll play Stardew Valley tomorrow. Bye.